Hey you guys, Desmond here,
And LaCresha.
and welcome back to the channel. And today we are here to discuss episode 2 of season 3 of Drag Race España. So, Miss Krisha, what did we think of this second episode of Drag Race España?
What the heck was that?
I enjoyed this episode. I did.
You did?
I did. But
I did not.
it was just the judging. I was very
That too.
It was the judging for me. Overall, I enjoyed this episode. I
I
did.
you know what it was? It was the we're just gonna dance and not lip sync for me.
That I was gonna talk about that when we got to the Maxi challenge because I'm like, I understand it's more of a dancing challenge, but your lips should
I
be
still think the
with the
lip sync should have
words.
been involved.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like they should have made sure that them lips were moving. Hey, them lips were
Yeah,
moving.
because like other than that, I was just kind of like, what the heck am I watching? Like, why are we doing this again?
And I'm like, why didn't we just do, if we're doing a girl group challenge, why not just do, like, have them do original verses? Even though I still think there's way too many to do that. Or, they, since, this whole episode was Eurovision themed, why not have them do a musical
Right.
inspired by Eurovision where they're all singing different, fun and catchy little drag race like numbers or different versions of RuPaul songs if, but, they got the coins this season, so they could have,
They could have did a lot of things
they could have did a lot. So I was very
that they chose
confused by the
not to do.
challenge. But with what they presented us, I thought they did a good job. A
I
good
guess.
job. So, because I got some things to say about the
And you would be the
results.
one mostly saying them because
I
if
got
you
some
can't
things
tell,
about the
I am
results.
sound worse than I usually do.
But let's get into this episode. So we start off having to say goodbye to our dear Maria Adelia.
Yes.
Uh, but a lot of people thought Drag Chuchi was confident, like overconfident,
Uh huh.
especially Chanel. And I'm like, I didn't get that. Maybe I'm not getting it, through the translation, but I
Uh
didn't
huh.
see it. But yet, apparently, several of the queens felt it. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, okay. And then even Chuchi even said it in her confessional. She's like, yeah, this makes me reevaluate, some things. And I'm like, okay, maybe she was coming off confident. I guess I just didn't catch it. That
Yeah.
that supersized first episode. I must have missed that in all of that. But we wipe off the message. We sit down, and the mistreatment of the Macarena continues. And like, I am beyond over it at this point. Because as soon as she sits down, they're like, oh, you survived. And I'm like, okay, cool. Crack the joke. I went home first. I get it. But like, they
Mm-hmm.
bring it up multiple times throughout this episode. And they play the little shade rattle. So I'm assuming they're being shady about it. They could be
Right.
cracking jokes, they could be joking, but the way that it's portrayed up on the television screen,
Uh
and
huh.
it's just like, y'all, let this baby breathe.
Okay. I mean, she got to come back, so she got something to prove.
Goodness gracious. And then they even got on Kelly because, in Untucked, everybody thought Kelly was going to be up for elimination. And baby, couldn't have been me because, baby, I would have been like, and guess what? Didn't have to lip sync. Mm.
Mm.
No, I got to stay in the back of the stage and watch the show like y'all did. I did.
Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh.
Y'all thought y'all was coming for me. But anyway, then after all that, they finally congratulate Bestia on winning last week's challenge.
Uh-huh.
So they come in the next day into the workroom, and they did this little cute little moment for Maria. I'm like, oh,
Aw.
I likes that. I likes that. So they sit down, and once again, start. I don't want to say they're attacking her, but
They keep coming for.
they keep coming for the Macarena. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, let this girl breathe. And like even during the mini challenge, which we're gonna talk about here in a second, they're like, oh, I don't want her to win because she'll be even more obnoxious. And I'm like, do you know her? Do you know Macarena outside of Drag Race? Maybe this is her personality. You're basing this off of the one episode she was in.
Right.
The very first time there was a Drag Race España.
Right.
And you're basing it off of that hour of television. And that's the part that was getting me. I'm like, can we get to know Macarena? I'm actually enjoying getting to know her now. Because we didn't get a chance to in season 1.
No, not at all. Not that first season.
No, she was right out the door. Bye. Thanks for coming. I don't know. I'm just like, oh, are we gonna have to deal with this the whole season? Like, I hope Macarena does something that just shuts them all up.
Ooh, I can't wait.
Oh, and I'm gonna be sitting there with my popcorn. Mm-hmm. Delicious. Get them. Get them. But anyway, they have a conversation about who's the cutest in the room. I thought that was funny. I really did. But we didn't get a little room mail from Supreme this week. I mean, from Supreme.
Supreme?
It just went straight to Supreme walking in. I'm like, wait, where's the room mail? Wait a minute.
You know what? That makes me think that the room mail was probably something else. And then they changed it last minute.
I don't know, but I was just like, hold on. Now, y'all normally don't skip out on the room mails. But Supreme walks in, and correct me if I'm wrong. Did Supreme do this last season where she announced what you'll be winning again? Because she went through the whole spiel like, oh, you're going to win some Crash Cosmetics and 30,000 euros. And I'm like, why are we going through all this again? Did Supreme do that last season? I can't remember. Y'all let us know in the comments if Supreme did. I don't think she did.
I don't think so.
I don't think she did. But I was like, baby, why are we repeating? We could have got the room mail instead of you repeating this. But anyway, Supreme announces that this week's mini challenge is Dragvisión. So the pit crew comes out with these boards. And basically what they have to do is they have an envelope. They got to open it. On the card, there will be a song from Eurovision, the artist, the title, and then the flag is on the back. You need to pin it to the correct location on the map. And I was like, oh, this is cute. I like this. And this mini challenge went for a good little minute. And I didn't even realize it until I got the screenshots. And I'm like, that's how entertained I was by this mini challenge. I didn't realize how long it was taking. Honestly.
That's a good thing.
That's a great thing. And I'm sitting there and I'm like...
Sometimes you be sitting there watching. You're like, are we done yet?
Well, especially them Drag Race Belgique mini challenges. Girl, can we get to the end of them already? But we're not talking about Belgique right now. But yeah, so that was the whole purpose of the mini challenge. And then we find out that the winner is the Macarena.
Look, I can do things too.
And then Supreme announces that this week's Maxi challenge is that they will be dancing to a song called Slow Mo by, I believe the artist's name is Chanel, I believe so. And at first, I thought maybe they were going to do their own little verses to it, but then no.
Which would have been cute.
But no, they're just going to be dancing.
They're going to dance to it.
And then, of course, they got to pick who's going to be the star of the group. And I feel like one group picked appropriately, the other group did not.
Not so much.
Not so much. But because the Macarena won this week's challenge, she's one of the team captains. And she gets to choose who the other team captain was. I'm like, oh, I was expecting Chuchi to get it because I'm like, okay, the winner of last week's lip sync.
Right.
And I'm like, or to, I believe it was Paquita. I think it was Paquita who was there at the end with her. Or was it Petita? I think it was Paquita. I thought maybe, as you coming in second place, you get to be the other team captain.
Uh-huh.
But nope. The Macarena picked Vanilla, basically because she knows she can't dance.
Jesus.
Oh, that tickled me. That's one way. So you gotta worry about them ending up on your team at all. Matter of fact, you a team captain, honey. You pick your team. Woo wee. That tickled me to my core. But they ended up in their groups. Here's Team Macarena. Let's see if I can remember their names off the top of my head. We got Visa, Clover, Pink, um, Chanel, and no, that's Pink. Then who's? Oh, that's Bestia. Bestia, Chanel, and Pink. Look at me, killing it. And once again, the whole time they were undermining Macarena's authority. I'm like, baby, she's the team captain.
Not the best thing to do.
I was just sitting there so confused. I'm like, give this girl a chance to prove herself.
Right?
And she said a good leader knows how to delegate. And I'm like, exactly. She knows she's not the best dancer. That's why she wants Clover to be the star. Come on. This ain't rocket science. And it's just, Macarena better than me. Baby, baby couldn't be me. Wouldn't be me. Shall not be me. Because that whole table would have got, well, not the whole table, but the ones giving me issues would have got red. No,
Down.
not. Down.
Down.
Shoot, because I can take so much. I can only take so much. And I can only take so much. But let's take a look at this other team. I remember their team name was the Glitter Rats. I was like, oh, that's funny. All right, so over here on this team, let's see if I can remember everyone's names. We have Paquita. We have Kelly Roller. We have Ornelia. We have Chuchi. We have, what is this baby's name here? And then we have Petita. We have Petita. Hold on, my notes are right here. Hold on. Oh, Vanya. One of them is Vanya. That's Vanya up here. Yeah, that's Vanya. Which means this is Ornelia. Baby, I got it. I only had to look up one name. Look at me. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. But they go into their rehearsal. They are joined by Carmelo Segura, the choreographer for this evening, and I like him. I felt like he was firm with them, but at the same time wasn't like, wasn't to the level of old dude from the Philippines.
I was about to say that. I was like, so he wasn't like okay.
Yeah, he wasn't that.
He wasn't that mean.
Woo wee, baby! I bet he would have got cussed out. That man from the Philippines. Woo!
Oh my God! Look, cause you wanted to cuss him out so bad.
Baby, not me, not I.
You only liked him on one episode. That was just because he was crying.
Shoot. Shaped like a roly-poly-oly until it... Woo! Let me stop. Let me stop. I still hold a little animosity towards that man. But anyway, the choreography goes. And then it's the next day in the workroom. They're getting ready. Just talking about, growing up. Who they are, how people accepted them, how people didn't accept them. We had this cute moment here with Vanya and Bestia, and I'm like, oh Lord, Vanya's going home.
Oh God.
They love to tell that sad story right before they out the door. And I'm like, ooh wee.
It's like you thought you loved them.
Ooh wee, and I'm like, come on now, likes her. And we were close to losing her. But let's continue onwards. Here is Supreme on the main stage, giving us Halloween realness. Huh?
So what you think about this outfit?
I feel like the Boulay brothers did it better.
You know what? It did remind me a lot of the Boulay brothers.
And I'm like, I give you credit for stepping out the box, Supreme. And it's still cute. I give it a 2. I give it a 2. It's cute.
I like the color. The color's good.
But we've seen it.
But yeah, it did look vaguely familiar.
Mm-hmm. We are joined by our panel of distinguished judges, Javier
Yeah.
Ambrosi, Ana Longing,
Mhm.
and Javier Calvo, with our special guest judge, Soraya. And we're going to talk about her in a minute because I live for
Yeah.
her. So let's talk about this Maxi challenge performance.
Uh-huh.
Let's start off with Team Glitterasso. What did we think of them?
Um, yeah, that was a hot mess. Like, in all honesty, like I could see where the judges were coming from as far as like the makeup and the outfits were concerned, because it did look extremely messy to me. But
Although the outfits, some of them outfits were messy, I feel like choreography wise, they had
uh
it. They
yeah,
had
they
it
were very good
down.
choreography wise.
They, I was thoroughly entertained. I tried to give the outfits a pass because I know they were given to them, but
Yeah.
I agree about the padding and the wigs. We're gonna talk about that because
And the makeup.
in España they are messy. The editors are messy, and I live for them. Um,
Because
but can we talk
they
about
always show flash.
how Clover is a star?
Yes.
Just a whole star right here. This was amazing to watch.
She was like, what?
And I'm like, oh,
Get to me?
get it, oh, get it. Hey,
What?
I was feeling it all together. And then we get to Team Las Motojeras, and girl, what was this? The only girl, in my opinion, who really had it was Kelly Roller.
And I look, and I had a problem with her being in the roller skates.
Like their lead here was not didn't hit like she was supposed to.
No, she
Did
didn't.
not hit
I
like
was
she was supposed to.
extremely underwhelmed.
Like I
The
said,
outfits are cute.
but can we
Uh,
talk about the judges' faces there their performance?
oh my god, just
It's
the
Javier
stupid,
Ambrosi for me because that was the exact same face I was making when it popped up
that
on the
grimace.
screen.
Oh my god.
Oh, this was the exact same face I was making. I'm like, now come on, the other team was doing good. What are y'all doing? What's going on here?
I don't
Um,
know. I like how they had the video in the corner for comparison, though.
yeah, I was loving. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, Kelly was the star of this group,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't mind the rollerblades here,
Uh-huh.
but I did mind it during the actual runway. When we get to her, we'll talk about that more. But yeah, overall, it was the glitter rats did good.
The glitter rats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did good. So the category is España in Eurovision.
Eurovision.
So basically, they have to recreate a look by somebody from Spain who has competed on Eurovision.
Uh-huh.
So up first, we have Pink Shadora. And I caught the reference photo here. And I thought this was cute. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I can rock with this.
Uh-huh. It's like a good mixture of the background dancer and the dude.
Yeah. I felt like a great mixture. I really enjoyed. I really liked this wig. I saw some people online a minute right before we started. They weren't liking this wig, but I like it.
Mhm.
I like it.
It was cute.
So up next is the Macarena,
Oh my God.
and I thought she was stunning. Like she walked out, I was like, ooh.
Okay. I wanna be the most popular girl.
I was like, okay. And for I forget who also did a look like this. I think it was Hornelia. I might be wrong. We'll know when we get there. But she had the nerve to say, you know, hers is what you ordered and my grains is what you received, honey. That's what I would have ordered and wanted to receive right here, okay?
Facts, because I kind of like Macarena's better than the original.
Mm, if we're gonna be real, if we're going to be real, I agree.
Just saying, bro.
Up next is Drag Tucci. And I like where Tucci was going with this. I really did. Okay, we're doing both of the guys half and half, both of the ladies half and half. I just don't think it was executed properly.
It really wasn't.
And the reveal was a little messy.
Underwhelming.
And I'm like, this could have been really cute if you would have committed to just one of these four looks.
Or if you'd have did one of the guys and one of the girls.
And those shoes, honey. Those
She's
shoes
worn them like 3 times already.
do not match the outfit.
No.
Uh,
I mean, I understand she's probably not trying to wear like the 12-inch platforms, but
And yeah, I understand that because it doesn't call for it here. Just like when we get to those
exactly. Because
rollerblades
that was,
later.
what sent the other two home.
No, that's what sent
The
Drag
first one home.
Volcano home. Because
Yeah.
Volcano was not trying to. Drag Setlist was actually, swapping them in and out with, when it felt appropriate. But we might see Setlist soon. Alright, so up next we have Venya Vanilla. And I thought this was so cute.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay. I really enjoyed this. I see the reference.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
good.
really good, really good. What did you think of this one?
It Look, if the pattern had been right, it would have been spot on.
Yeah, that's the only thing is the pattern isn't exactly the same. And we don't know if the color is exactly the same because the photo's in black and white. But we're going to assume it is.
Exactly.
We're going to assume it is. Up next is
Oh,
Visa. I thought this was really cute.
that is
The
cute.
only thing is, there's no shape. She just looks like a rectangle.
Because at least the lady in the reference
Mm-hmm.
photo, like you
Yeah,
can
she has a little
see,
shape there, a little something, something. And plus,
yeah,
you
there's
could
a
tell.
little nip in there.
And also, the original photo looks like it's better for shimmying.
Yes.
Lisa's doesn't look like it shimmies very well. Well, it didn't shimmy very well.
The thing is I think one is beaded and the other one just has sequins.
Mm-hmm. But I love a good shimmy, and it didn't give the shimmy that I wanted from this. But she had a reveal into the same look that Pink Shadora had.
Yeah.
But this time she fully embraced, the male singer up front. And I
Right.
really enjoyed this as well. I enjoyed this more than the blue look she wore first. I'm like, you should have just came out in this. I would have gave you everything.
Okay.
I would have gave you everything. All right, so moving onwards, we have Ornelia, which I was right, it was Ornelia. Um,
Uh-huh.
I don't like this look. I don't like the hair. I feel like the
Uh-huh.
bow's too big. Yeah, this just it didn't work for me. What did you think of this look?
Yeah, it don't look like the reference. Like it looks like it's two completely different outfits. Like you get a vague reference from one to the other, but it looks like one was what you came to the party looking like, and the next this is what you look like the next day.
And yeah, this gives me more prom than it does a recreation of this look. It just happens to be in the same colors.
Like, oops, it's the same colors, and I attached some garbage bags to myself.
Up next is Kelly Roller. She came out in this beautiful little thing here, and then she revealed into a look that actually Soraya, the guest judge, wore when she was on Eurovision.
Hey.
Um, yeah, the skates were a no for me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now, when we're doing a Night of a Thousands, or if we're doing, particular looks that we're trying to recreate, I don't think the rollerblades were appropriate. I was fine with it when, they're in the dance challenge.
Right. But the roller skates weren't right there.
Yeah. And, I enjoy the roller skates that she wears. It's just, to me, it didn't fit this category.
Right.
And then let's talk about the bodysuit. I'm so glad the special guest judge read her for it too. She's like, thank you, but it's a little messy here. You could have done this better, but thank you. And I'm like,
right?
yes, get her.
Because like it that would have been a little bit her outfit was not that hard to copy.
That.
And
And
then you
just,
didn't even have the fringe up front, and the fringe was what what one makes the dress work. Two would have made the roller skates even halfway acceptable, because then it would have been like, oh, it's like ice skating competition.
yeah, yeah. It's a no. Up next is Paquita. And Paquita ate all three of these looks down, in my opinion.
Uh huh.
Giving me supermodel from the 90s. This first reference photo into this next reference photo, and then into this last reveal that she did. This is what saved her from
Hey.
being in the bottom. I fully believe it.
Okay.
Because she was heading that direction.
Uh huh.
And then
Because
she
she
came
just
out
did
in
a
this
simple
look
black
here.
dress, but
I was like, oh, okay, all right. I feel you. I feel you. What did you think of the three looks that Paquita showed here today?
I really love this last one.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of them, like, it just looked like your everyday little black dress. So, I can understand how she could almost get sent home for that. But, like, the reveal after reveal after reveal, yeah, that's probably what saved her.
Up next is Bestia.
Why she sit there and call that a red carpet? And everybody was so confused.
I like Bestia, so I'm going to stay quiet on this dress.
Does that mean take the dress?
Boot.
You don't like the dress.
Boot. Oh, I don't like none of this. And I'm be quiet now. I'm just gonna say from head to toe, I don't like it. Nothing about this I
I
like.
like the original. It's just that this
Oh, I
this
love the
copy,
original.
it doesn't give her any shape. And I think that that's what's missing, is some shape.
Well, you know what's missing for me?
All of it.
Up next is Clover Beach.
It was so
And they really read her for this. It
cute.
made it seem like this was the reason she didn't get the win. And then had the nerve to call her sloppy.
But see, that one looked better than the other one.
In my opinion, I fully agree. And on top of
Like, the
that,
other
they
one was
said
the
her
right color,
performance.
wrong fabric. This was the right fabric, wrong color.
Yeah, and then they were like, "Oh, your performance was messy." I'm like, "Where? Where was it messy?" Because if it wasn't for her,
No.
but yeah, yes, it's a little darker, but I caught the reference. I see the reference. I'm like, "Oh, that's cute." It
I
shimmies.
see it more in that one than the other one, because
Correct.
in the first one, she looked like the Abominable Snowman.
Correct. And then they had the nerve to say, "Oh, when you had somebody else who did it amazingly." No, she didn't.
No,
No, she didn't. I couldn't have
no.
been a guest judge this episode. They'd have been mad at me. What is y'all doing here? And then up next is Chanel Anorix. Now here's my thing. I love people incorporating their drag styles into their looks.
Uh,
I always encourage people to do that. But in a situation like this, I feel like she stepped too far outside the box.
yeah, because I don't see it.
I don't see this look at all in Chanel's look.
I don't see it. Don't see it.
I don't see it at all.
Don't.
Like, I do like what Chanel presented, but it to
Oh,
me, it
yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
fit the
yeah.
category.
Individually, yeah,
Yes.
but no.
Yeah, I just this one didn't work for me. It didn't. Anything else you want to add to Chanel?
Nope.
And last but definitely not least, we have Petita. And I love this so much.
Yes, this was good.
Although it's the different shape dress that kind of threw
Right.
me off. I'm like, oh, why didn't you do the same or at least somewhat of the same silhouette? This is like a completely different dress than what she wore.
Yeah, because these are like two completely different eras. Because you have a dress from like the late 60s, mid 70s, and a dress from the 50s
Mm-hmm. That was the only thing that
that
I
is
enjoyed the look.
verging on like Coco Chanel.
Yeah, honestly.
But I love the way it was executed.
So we have our 12 amazing queens up here. Who had your favorite look of the week?
I would say the last one.
Okay. For
The,
me,
the rainbow look.
I
Para mí.
honestly, I think I'm about to say the Macarena.
Yeah.
I was torn between her and Clover, but I just enjoy Macarena's much more. Much more.
Okay.
But we
No, I can see Margaritas.
so this is the second week in a row. Supreme had to get the girls together.
At this rate, I'd be like, let's just cancel this season. Let's get some better queens. When you and
Baby,
come back in a year
and
when you
as
get your
she was
makeup skills up.
describing what she didn't like, here they are with the flashbacks. And I'm like, ooh, this is messy. You producers are messy, and I live for y'all. I live for every one of y'all. And
Yeah, because look at those hip pads, bro.
that. And like I get it. It's the Maxi challenge. Like you really have to and part
And
of giving your all
those
is
wigs do
looking
look
the
like they were
part.
shake and go.
Yes. And it's so bad. Even the guest judge was reading y'all.
That part.
I'm like, I don't think I've ever heard a guest judge read like this.
Nope.
I'm like, oh,
Not even T.S. Madison.
oh. The closest we get maybe was like maybe Raven Simone or even Nikki when she hated your hair and makeup today. Oh my goodness. But yeah, after that, we find out that the winner is Pink Shadora.
Hey,
Why?
I don't know.
And they were like, "Oh, we just love how you're not a dancer, but you gave it your best, and you came in and did this." I'm
So is this like RuPaul's participation race?
like, what the hell? Like, it was clearly Clover who should have won this week. Clearly. And now they're telling this weird storyline with her, and I'm like, "Oh no, they finna play in her face. They finna send her home. Watch. I guarantee you,
They
either
don't
next
play in a
week,
lot of people's
yeah, I
faces.
think either next week or the week after, they gonna send her home. I think they are playing in that girl's face. That's what they doing, and I don't like that.
Mhm.
I don't like that at all." But then we have our bottom team, which, if we're gonna be honest, I probably would have had them all lip syncing.
All six.
All six. Line them up. Come on. Play the music. Because all of them, in my opinion, except for Kelly, honestly. But
Uh-huh.
that runway is so bad. The runway is so bad, it makes me forget how good she did in the challenge. So to be completely honest with you, I think there would have been a six-way lip sync if I was in charge
Yeah.
of Drag Race España.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. But we find out that the two actually lip syncing are Drag Chuchi and Venya Vanyeria.
Uh-huh.
I don't think I really think Paquita's look is what saved her.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't for that, I would have her down there with Vanya. Because although Chuchi was okay, this runway's terrible though. But yeah,
Yeah.
so I see why they chose this bottom two. I
Uh-huh.
I don't think. I might have to agree because I did really enjoy Paquita's look. I really did. But these two lip sync to La Noche es para mí, the song that Soroya did at the Eurovision in 2009, I believe was the year they said she did Eurovision.
Ooh, wow.
So what do we think of this lip sync?
Um, it It was okay.
I really liked it. I did. I was thoroughly
You did?
entertained. I was thoroughly entertained by Mrs. Kasha Davis over here. I really was. I really was. I was getting my whole life, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
ma'am, you better give it. And like even Chuchi, she did a really good job too.
Yeah.
But it was just something about Mrs. Kasha Davis. I just couldn't keep my eyes off of her. I really couldn't. I'm like, okay.
Get
Let me quit calling that girl
it?
Mrs.
Get
Kasha
it?
Davis. Let me quit. Ooh wee. But after the performance, all the judges voted, and they decided that Vanya Vanillia is staying in the competition. Do you agree with this decision?
Uh, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like they both did a good job, but I think she outshined her. And I
Just
really,
a little bit.
just a little bit. It all
To
has to
me, it
do with
looked
the
like
outfit
Chuchi
she
was a little
wore.
desperate.
I'm gonna say, to me, it was the outfit that she had on, and it just twirled so nicely to the song. Like
Yeah.
she had things that played in her favor. But that means we must say goodbye to Drag Chuchi, or are we?
Oh.
It's not over just yet, kitty girl. Oh, but we find next week is the ball challenge.
The ball.
You know, we love a good ball,
RuPaul is
darling.
having a ball.
That's 33 looks.
Oh, I hope I don't. I hope I feel better because just this wore me out.
33 looks. If they do three categories. You know, sometimes with international seasons, they don't do three categories. They might just do two. But even if they just do two, that's 22 looks. But yes, honey, the ball is next week. I'm excited for another season of Drag Race España.
Hey.
But yeah, overall, I thought it was a good episode. Have we seen better episodes? Yeah.
Yes.
But I still enjoyed this episode. I really enjoy these queens. They need to quit jumping on my girl Macarena before they have to,
Catch your hands.
No, they don't have to catch the hands. Not just yet. Now, if Macarena starts feeling some type of way about it, then yeah, then they're going to catch the hands.
Then they're rated E for everybody.
Then they're ready to E for everybody, okay? Oh, I wonder if any of them are going to be at DragCon. I would love to say hello. Ooh, especially Clover. Oh, I need to see if Clover is going to be there. I would love for Clover to be there. I want to say hi to Clover. I want to go say hi to Clover. Clover! But anyway, that is all the time we have for today. And we're going to wrap things up here. So, Krisha, where can they find you on the medias that are social?
You can find me at Cretia McGill. That's CRESHAMCGILL on all social media.
And you can find me on all social media platforms at Simply Desmond. That's SIMPLYDESMOND. Thank you so much for spending a piece of your day with us. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
We hit 420 on 420.